Hey, I'm Dr. Paul Dyer. I'm here. Always love doing my podcast. And remember, you can always catch me on Bridges Live every Monday at 8 p.m. But now that we got that out of the way, we paid some of the bills. I'm here with sharing my life, and that's really what I'm doing. And with another daughter, because you already know, if you listen to some of the other podcasts, you should know I have 7 daughters. But I like to do this. People are like, well, why do you open yourself up like this? And I said, well, I'm not opening myself up. I'm sharing my passion and my love. And that's just about learning how to live. And Nia, you're struggling today. And I was talking with Kibra I said, one of the dynamics of our family is that we have some difficulties.
That's an understatement.
And she said this, she goes, yeah, you can say it that or you can say it a different way. How do you find who you're going to be if you're struggling with yourself emotionally?
Well, I guess you could change that question to how do you find who you're going to be if you're struggling with who you are now? And it would come with the same answer. You push through and...
I think the one thing, are we pushing through or are we learning through? Or is it both?
Well, pushing through means that you're learning from what you're
going through. I know people say they push through and they forget about anything they learned.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
I guess I do both.
Let's go with this one. If people don't know who you are, explain who you are. Like it's almost like I was just asked recently, like, how do you explain who you are, Dr. Paul? I'm like, I'm a guy. I'm a guy that travels and learns and listens, right? And I have developed all these different accolades along the way, but it doesn't really tell you who I am. So if someone asks you who you are, would you say you develop all these acknowledgments and accolades along the way, but having Asperger's and being diagnosed and going through school and having all these situations, does that really describe who you are?
No.
So talk to people about Asperger's if people don't know what Asperger's are.
Asperger's is I don't like to say disorder, but that's what it's called in the vocabulary, in the dictionary. It's a social skills problem. It's basically you have problem understanding social situations, managing your emotions and your stress. Like I have, basically it's a group. It's a picnic basket full of anxiety, PTSD, OCD, anxiety again. I'm gonna add a couple more anxieties, maybe like 2 more, and it's basically just a blender of a shit show.
Is it a shit show?
Yes. It's a shit show inside your brain, basically.
Is it a horror show?
No, it's a shit show.
Is it a comedy show?
No. Well, it can be. I mean...
It can be horror.
It can be horror, but that's why I say shit show, because it's just a bundle of everything.
But I don't think people know what a shit show is. I really don't know what a shit show is.
It's where you can't make anything out of it, basically. You can't pull one thing out of it, because you're going to pull like an entire turnout.
Got you. So it's a romantic show. It's a horror show.
Yep.
It's a comedy.
Yeah. It's a thriller.
It's a thriller. Dun, dun, dun. So, do you try to help people understand who you are, or is it better that you understand who they are?
I've probably spent my entire life trying to understand who other people are, so I can help them understand who I am, because usually I wouldn't be able to explain who or what I am if I have no idea how or what they are. Because, I mean, how can you compare yourself to somebody you don't if you have nothing to compare them to?
Right. But no one else does that. And I think that's why I personally got into emotional education, because people really don't understand who they are.
Yeah. You can't compare, a colorblind person can't compare green to red if they don't know what green actually looks like and red actually looks like.
So what do we do now?
You experiment.
How do you get through your pain?
My family and my best friend.
The support staff.
Not anymore.
No, but support staff.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
So I have mentioned this to Kibra. I'm thinking, I think we ought to have support staff that we hire, like always, are on hand. So they'd be like, they always pat you on the back. Is that what we need?
Coming from a person who's had literal support staff, I'd say no. It would drive most people insane. I think anybody who's ever had someone like a support staff of the literal kind would agree with me that they just drive you batshit crazy.
Gotcha.
You can't be your own person with people like that.
But we definitely need love. Mm-hmm. And stronger compassion. Here's one of my thoughts, and you tell me what you think. Obviously. Mm-hmm. Compassion, understanding, love. I think in that order.
I think understanding should always come first, because you can't really have compassion for someone that you don't even take the time to understand.
Okay.
Like I can't be one of those people who's like, hey, I care about you, but I don't know who or what you do or who you are. Just it's we say it, but you can't actually mean it without some sort of understanding of who that person is to you.
Thank you. Mm-hmm. I learned so much from my kids tonight. Thank you. Love you.
Love you too.